Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real quick. Peace is expensive. It ain't bought with money, it's built with wisdom. And once you finally get a taste of that deep, soul-level calm, the kind where you sleep good at night, where your mind ain't racing, where nobody's drama touches your doorstep, you better guard it like it's your last breath. But too many of us out here, we're giving it away for free. Yup, giving it away to people who ain't earned our respect, to problems that don't belong to us, to thoughts that don't serve us. Someone gives you attitude at work. You carry that with you all day. A friend doesn't call back. Now your whole mood off. A bill's late or the car broke down. Suddenly, your whole week is ruined. Why? Because you let it get inside. You gave it permission to mess with your peace. Let me ask you this. What's the point of chasing success, money, relationships, even happiness, if you got no peace in your mind while doing it? If everything and everyone can shake you, then you're not really in control. They are. Now, I'm not here to tell you life will be perfect. It won't. Trouble's gonna come. People will test you. But how you respond, that's where the power is. That's where peace lives. So if you're tired of snapping over small stuff, stressing over things you can't fix, or letting negative energy rent space in your head, then stick with me. I'm about to give you 6 keys that will flip the switch and protect your peace like never before. This ain't just motivation. This is your peace survival guide. Let's get into it. You ever notice how some people seem to have a 6th sense for picking fights? They say something just to get under your skin, or they drop a comment loaded with attitude, hoping you'll bite back. But here's the truth nobody tells you often enough. Not everything deserves your reaction. Learning that simple truth can be one of the most powerful steps you take to protect your peace. Imagine your mind like a beautiful garden. Every thought, every emotion is a seed you plant there. When someone throws negativity at you, it's like they're trying to throw weeds into that garden. Now, if you get upset, snap back, or argue, you're watering those weeds. You're helping those negative feelings grow. But if you don't react, if you don't give that negativity attention, those weeds have no water. They wither away and die. Your garden stays clean, peaceful, and beautiful. People will test you every day. You might deal with a rude coworker who tries to start drama, a family member who always criticizes, or a stranger on social media who just wants to push your buttons. If you jump in every time, you're giving them the satisfaction. You're showing them they can shake you. And that's a dangerous place to be because it means your emotions are controlled by someone else. But when you choose not to react, something magical happens. First, you take control of your emotions. You decide what deserves your energy and what doesn't. You become the boss of your feelings, not the other way around. And people notice that. When they see you calm and unbothered, they stop wasting their time trying to mess with you because you're not their entertainment anymore. This isn't about being cold or ignoring problems. It's about being smart with your energy. You can still stand up for yourself, but you don't have to do it by giving into anger or frustration. There's a big difference between speaking your truth calmly and letting yourself get dragged into emotional battles. When you respond with calm and confidence, you're not only protecting your peace, but also showing maturity and strength. Another important thing to remember is that some battles aren't even yours to fight. Sometimes people's negativity comes from their own pain and struggles. They're hurting inside and they lash out because they don't know how to cope. When you react emotionally, you get pulled into their chaos. But if you stay calm and don't feed the fire, you protect yourself from being caught in a storm that has nothing to do with you. Think about the times you've lost your cool. How did you feel afterward? Did reacting solve the problem? More often than not, it only made things worse or left you feeling drained. But when you let go of the need to react, you save your energy for things that truly matter: your goals, your family, your happiness. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice to pause, breathe, and decide not to engage when someone tries to provoke you. But every time you do it, you strengthen your peace muscle. You become less reactive and more in control. And that control is priceless. So next time someone tries to push your buttons, remember, you don't have to answer every call. You don't have to step into every fight. Protect your garden by refusing to water the weeds. Not everything deserves your reaction, but your peace always deserves your protection. Protecting your time and energy is one of the smartest moves you can make if you want to keep your peace intact. Think about it. Your time and energy are the most valuable resources you have. Once they're gone, you can't get them back. So why do so many people give them away to things and people that don't deserve them? It's like handing your paycheck to someone who hasn't worked for it. You wouldn't do that, right? Then why do it with your time and energy? First, understand that not everyone deserves a seat at your table. You might have people in your life who drain you, complain all the time, or bring negativity wherever they go. These people are like energy vampires. They suck the life out of you without even realizing it. If you spend too much time with them, you start to feel tired, stressed, and unhappy. Your mood drops and your peace takes a hit. That's why it's so important to set boundaries. Boundaries are like fences around your garden, keeping out the weeds that want to choke your peace. When you learn to say no without feeling guilty, you're protecting your energy. Saying no to one thing means saying yes to yourself and your well-being. It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you smart. Think about your daily routine. How many hours do you spend on things that don't bring you joy or growth? Maybe you're saying yes to too many favors, working extra hours you don't need to, or scrolling endlessly on your phone. Those are moments when your energy is being wasted on distractions or obligations that don't serve you. If you take back control of your time and focus on what truly matters, your peace will grow. Another important part of protecting your energy is choosing who you spend time with carefully. The people you surround yourself with influence how you feel every day. If you're around positive, supportive people who uplift you, your peace flourishes. But if you're around negativity and drama, you're planting seeds of stress and anxiety in your mind. Be intentional about your relationships. Invest in people who respect your boundaries and bring out the best in you. Sometimes, protecting your time and energy means stepping away from certain people or situations altogether. That can be hard, especially if those people are family or longtime friends. But peace isn't about pleasing everyone, it's about protecting your heart and mind. When you step away from toxic situations, you're not running away, you're choosing yourself. Remember, your energy is your power. If you give it away freely, you become weak and vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and burnout. But if you protect it like the treasure it is, you build strength and resilience. You'll have more patience, better focus, and a greater ability to handle life's challenges without losing your cool. Also, give yourself permission to rest. Rest isn't lazy, it's necessary. Your mind and body need breaks to recharge. When you're well rested and mentally clear, your peace stays solid. When you push yourself too hard without rest, stress builds and peace slips away. In the end, protecting your time and energy is a daily choice. It means being honest with yourself about what drains you and what fills you up. It means saying no more often and saying yes to your peace. It means surrounding yourself with good people, setting boundaries, and taking time to rest and recharge. So start today. Look at your life and ask, where is my energy going? Who or what is stealing my peace? Then take steps to protect yourself. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you guard your time and energy fiercely, you're not just protecting your peace. You're building a life where peace can thrive. When it comes to keeping your peace, one of the most important lessons you can learn is to stop trying to control things that are out of your hands. So often, we get caught up in wanting to fix every problem, change every person, or control every situation. And when things don't go the way we want, it wrecks our peace. But here's the truth. You can't control everything. You weren't given that power, and trying to force it only brings frustration and stress. Think about all the moments in your life when you got worked up because something didn't happen your way. Maybe it was a traffic jam, a disagreement with a friend, or a sudden change in plans. You tried to control the outcome, but it slipped right through your fingers. The harder you tried, the more upset you became. Why? Because control is an illusion when it comes to other people and many life events. When you hold on too tight, you only set yourself up for disappointment. Learning to accept what you cannot change isn't about giving up or being passive. It's about focusing your energy where it counts, on yourself and the things you do have power over. For example, you can't control someone else's behavior, but you can control your reaction to it. You can't always fix a bad situation, but you can decide how you'll respond to it mentally and emotionally. This shift in mindset is powerful because it puts you back in the driver's seat of your own peace. This doesn't mean you ignore problems or pretend they don't exist. It means you acknowledge reality, then choose to let go of the stress and frustration that come with trying to micromanage the uncontrollable. When you stop fighting what you can't change, you free up energy to focus on solutions that are actually within your reach. There's a story about a man who was constantly angry because he couldn't change his boss's attitude. He spent every day stewing, complaining, and losing sleep over it. One day, someone told him, "You can't change the boss, but you can change how you let it affect you." When he finally took that advice, he started focusing on doing his best work and not letting his boss's mood ruin his day. His peace improved dramatically because he stopped trying to control the uncontrollable. Another important piece of this is learning to accept people as they are. We all have that one person who pushes our buttons. Maybe it's a family member who always criticizes, or a coworker who's hard to get along with. Trying to change them or make them behave differently only leads to frustration. Instead, accept that you cannot control their actions. You can only control how much power you give them over your emotions. Accepting what you can't control also helps you become more resilient. When unexpected challenges come, and they always will, you won't be knocked off balance so easily. You'll handle setbacks with grace because you know that some things are simply out of your hands. This resilience protects your peace like a shield. It's also important to realize that trying to control everything often comes from fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty. When you let go of control, you let go of that fear, you open yourself up to trusting that things will work out, even if not exactly how you planned. This trust brings a deep sense of peace because you're no longer battling every wave that hits you. Practicing acceptance takes time and patience. It's a daily exercise of reminding yourself, I cannot control this, and that's okay. When you do that, your stress decreases, your mind clears, and your peace grows stronger. You start focusing on what truly matters, your attitude, your choices, your actions. So, the next time you feel the urge to control a situation or person, pause and ask yourself, is this something I can change? Or am I just spinning my wheels? If it's the latter, remind yourself that your peace is worth more than the frustration. Let go. Accept. Focus on what you can control, your mind and your heart. That's how you protect your peace and live a calmer, happier life. One of the biggest enemies of peace is comparison. When you start comparing your life to others, their success, their happiness, their possessions, you open the door to jealousy, insecurity, and dissatisfaction. Comparison is a sneaky thief that steals your peace without you even realizing it. It creeps in quietly, making you feel like you're not good enough or that you're missing out. And once that feeling takes hold, it's hard to find calm or contentment. Think about how easy it is nowadays to get caught up in comparison with social media. You see everyone's highlight reels all day long, their perfect vacations, their big promotions, their picture-perfect families. It's natural to wonder, why don't I have that? Or why am I not that successful? But here's the truth. You're comparing your real life with its ups and downs to someone else's carefully curated moments. You're setting yourself up to lose before the race even begins. Comparison doesn't just damage your peace, it can also crush your confidence and stop you from chasing your own dreams. When you're busy worrying about what someone else has or what they've done, you lose focus on your own journey. You forget that your path is unique with its own timing and its own victories. Comparing yourself to others is like trying to run someone else's race. It's impossible to win because the finish line isn't yours. The key to protecting your peace from comparison is to shift your mindset from competition to celebration. Instead of feeling jealous when someone else succeeds, choose to be happy for them. Celebrate their wins, big or small, and use their success as inspiration rather than a benchmark for your own failure. This change in perspective can lift a heavy weight off your heart and bring peace back into your life. Another important step is practicing gratitude for what you have right now. Gratitude is like a spotlight that shines on the good in your life. When you focus on what you're thankful for, your health, your family, your talents, your experiences, the urge to compare fades. You start to see that you already have plenty to be proud of, and that realization builds peace and contentment. Remember, your worth is not measured by how you stack up against others. Your value comes from who you are, your character, your kindness, your perseverance. When you accept that comparison loses its power, you begin to walk with confidence and calm because you're no longer chasing someone else's version of success, but embracing your own. It's also helpful to limit the time you spend on things that trigger comparison, especially social media. Set boundaries on how often you scroll, and be mindful of the accounts or people that make you feel less than. Curate your online world to include positivity, encouragement, and content that uplifts you. Protect your mind from negativity because your peace depends on it. Comparison also affects peace because it keeps you living in the future or the past instead of the present. You think about what you don't have yet or what you wish you had, and in doing so, you miss the moments happening right now. Peace lives in the present moment when you stop looking over your shoulder or ahead to what's next and start appreciating where you are. Mindfulness and being fully present are powerful tools to stop comparison and protect your peace. Another thing to keep in mind is that everyone faces struggles and setbacks, no matter how perfect their life looks on the outside. Behind every success story is a journey filled with challenges, failures, and hard work. When you realize this, comparison loses its sting. You start to see others as human, just like you, and that brings empathy and peace rather than envy and pain. Ultimately, protecting your peace means protecting your mind from comparison. It means choosing to celebrate your own life, embracing gratitude, and living fully in the present. When you stop measuring your worth against others, you open the door to joy, confidence, and true peace. So today, make a promise to yourself, I will stop comparing and I will start living my own beautiful story with peace in my heart. One of the biggest threats to your peace is holding on to anger and resentment. When someone hurts you, disrespects you, or lets you down, it's natural to feel upset. But the problem comes when you carry those feelings around like heavy baggage. Anger and resentment are like poison you drink hoping it will hurt someone else. But in reality, they only damage you. Holding on to negative emotions keeps your mind stuck in the past, and it steals your peace one day at a time. Think about the times when you've been hurt by someone. Maybe it was a close friend who betrayed your trust, or a family member who said something cruel. When you replay those moments over and over in your head, it keeps the pain fresh. It's like reopening a wound that needs time to heal. Every time you focus on what happened, your body and mind stay in stress mode, and peace feels farther away. Letting go of anger doesn't mean forgetting what happened or pretending it was okay. It means choosing not to let those feelings control your life. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to free yourself from resentment. Forgiving someone isn't about excusing their bad behavior. It's about releasing the hold that hurt has on your heart. When you forgive, you take back your power and protect your peace. Holding on to anger also makes it hard to move forward. When you're focused on grudges, you waste energy that could be used to build something better. Peace grows when you focus on your future, not your past. Letting go of resentment opens up space for positive feelings like hope, joy, and love. It allows you to live in the present and enjoy life without the weight of old hurts dragging you down. Another reason holding on to anger kills your peace is that it often affects your health. Chronic anger raises stress hormones, which can lead to problems like high blood pressure, headaches, and trouble sleeping. When your body is constantly on edge, it's impossible to feel calm or relaxed. Protecting your peace means protecting your health by learning to manage anger in healthy ways. Letting go of resentment doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and effort. It starts with recognizing how anger is affecting your life. Ask yourself if holding on to these feelings is helping you or hurting you. Then work on releasing the negative emotions through positive actions. This might include talking to someone you trust, writing down your feelings, or practicing meditation and deep breathing. Sometimes the hardest part is accepting that some people won't apologize or change. You might feel stuck waiting for them to make things right, but peace doesn't depend on others. Peace is something you create inside yourself, regardless of what anyone else does. When you stop waiting for an apology and start forgiving for your own sake, you gain freedom. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support your peace. Being around those who understand and respect you helps you heal faster and stay positive. If certain relationships keep fueling your anger or resentment, it might be time to set boundaries or step back. Protecting your peace sometimes means protecting your heart from harmful influences. Remember, forgiveness and letting go are gifts you give yourself. When you free your mind from anger, you create room for peace, happiness, and growth. You stop being a prisoner of past hurts and start living fully again. This is how you reclaim. Protecting your peace means guarding your mind against negative thoughts and self-doubt. Often, the loudest enemy you face is not what's happening outside, but what's going on inside your own head. Your thoughts have incredible power. They can either lift you up or tear you down. When you allow negative thinking to take over, it can create a storm of worry, fear, and anxiety that destroys your inner calm and peace. Many people don't realize how much time they spend battling themselves. They replay mistakes, imagine worst-case scenarios, or criticize themselves harshly for things that might never happen. This mental noise fills the mind with doubt and fear, making it nearly impossible to feel peaceful. When your mind is constantly attacking you, peace becomes an impossible dream. The first step in protecting your peace from negative thoughts is to become aware of them. Start paying attention to what you're telling yourself every day. Are your thoughts mostly kind and encouraging, or are they harsh and critical? Are you focused on what could go wrong, or what's going right. Awareness is powerful because you can't change what you don't notice. Once you spot those negative patterns, you can begin to challenge and replace them. Replacing negative thoughts with positive, realistic ones doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems, strength instead of weakness, and hope instead of fear. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be good enough," you might say, "I'm learning and growing every day." This shift in mindset brings peace because it turns your mind from a battlefield into a safe space. Another important part of protecting your peace is stopping the habit of overthinking. When you overthink, your mind spins in circles, creating stress without solving anything. You worry about the future, second guess your decisions, and imagine outcomes that may never come. Overthinking drains your energy and steals your peace. To stop it, practice grounding yourself in the present moment. Focus on what you can control now and let go of what you cannot. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools to calm a busy mind. They teach you how to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. This practice helps you create space between yourself and your negative thoughts so they don't have the same power over your emotions. Even a few minutes a day of quiet reflection can make a huge difference in protecting your peace. It's also important to guard what you feed your mind. The information, conversations, and entertainment you consume affect your thoughts and feelings. Surround yourself with positivity. Read uplifting books, listen to encouraging talks, and spend time with people who build you up. Avoid toxic negativity that fuels doubt and fear. Protecting your peace means choosing your mental diet as carefully as you choose your physical food. Self-doubt is a special kind of negative thinking that attacks your confidence and stops you from moving forward. It whispers lies like, "You're not worthy," or "You don't deserve success." This inner critic can be brutal and convincing, but it's important to remember it's just a voice, not the truth. Building self-confidence means learning to recognize that voice and refusing to let it define you. Affirm your value, your strengths, and your potential daily. Another way negative thinking steals peace is by making you feel isolated or misunderstood. When your mind fills with doubts, you might pull back from others, thinking no one understands or supports you. But connection and support are essential for peace. Reach out to friends, family, or mentors who can offer encouragement and remind you of your worth. Sometimes just hearing a kind word can silence the negative voices inside. Protecting your peace also means forgiving yourself. Everyone makes mistakes and everyone has moments of weakness. Be kind to yourself in those times instead of spiraling into self-criticism. When you forgive yourself, you let go of guilt and shame that weigh heavily on the mind. You free yourself to learn, grow, and move forward with peace. Ultimately, your mind is the gatekeeper of your peace. You can't always control what life throws at you, but you can control how you respond inside. By becoming aware of your thoughts, challenging negativity, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding yourself with support, you protect your peace from being stolen by your own mind. This is the foundation for true calm, happiness, and strength in life. So today, make a promise to guard your mind fiercely. When negative thoughts come, don't let them settle. Challenge them, replace them. Fill your mind with hope and truth. Your peace depends on it. And once you protect your mind, nothing outside can break the calm you've created inside, mar your life, and protect your peace every day. So, if you're holding on to anger or resentment right now, know that peace is waiting on the other side of forgiveness. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. Choose to let go, not for them, but for you. Your peace is priceless. Don't let anger take it away.